Good morning all. Today the topic is on dental manpower. The dental manpower comprises both the dentist and the dental auxiliaries. So these are the contents today we are going to see. The introduction, dentist, definition of dental auxiliaries, classification of dental auxiliaries, new auxiliary types, degree of supervision of auxiliaries, and conclusion. So as we know, as per today's population, India is the second leading most populous country, and this will be the world's most populous country by the year 2025. And of course, in India, the dental diseases are the major public health problem, affecting nearly 60 to 65% are by dental caries, followed by 50 to 90% by periodontal disease. So in order to reduce this problem, efficient use of dental manpower is the need of the hour. So the dentist is a person who is licensed to practice dentistry under the law of the appropriate state, provinces, or territory or nation. To become licensed, the dentist should have completion of an approved period of professional education in an approved institution and demonstration of competence, followed by evidence of satisfactory personal qualities. So this will help to prevent the control and prevent and control of oral disease and treatment of unfavorable condition. Moving to the dental auxiliary, it is defined as a person who is given responsibility by a dentist so that he or she can help the dentist render dental care, but who is not himself or herself qualified with a dental degree. So a dental auxiliary is a person who will be given responsibility by the dentist so that he or she can help the dentist in rendering the care to the public, but who is not himself or herself qualified with a dental degree. So there is a classification for dental auxiliary, which was given by WHO. The original classification, the first classification was classified into two types, non-operating auxiliaries and the operating auxiliaries. Under non-operating, again it has been subdivided as clinical and the laboratory. So as the name indicates, they are non-operating. So under non-operating, clinical, the person who assists the dentist in his work but does not carry out any independent procedures in the oral cavity. Whereas the laboratory, non-operating auxiliaries, this person who assists the professional or dentist by carrying out certain technical laboratory procedures. So next one is a operating auxiliaries. This is the person who, not being a professional, but he will be permitted to carry out certain treatment procedure in the mouth under the direction and the supervision of a dentist. After this original classification, there was a revised classification which was given by WHO. It has been classified simply into non-operating and the operating. Whereas the non-operating includes dental surgery assistant, dental secretary or the receptionist, dental laboratory technician, and dental health educator. Whereas operating auxiliaries, they include school dental nurse, which is a New Zealand type, dental therapist, dental hygienist, and expanded function dental auxiliaries. So now we are going to see in detail about the non-operating auxiliaries. First one is the dental surgery assistant. This dental assistant is a non-operating one, but assists the dentist or dental hygienist in treating the patient, but who is not legally permitted to treat the patient independently. So these people will assist the professionals, but they will not be legally permitted to treat the patient. They can be also called as dental assistant, chairside dental assistant, and the dental nurse. So this is the practice of a four-hand dentistry. So there is an history for a dental assistant. A doctor called Dr. C. Edmund Kells from New Orleans. He hired a first dental assistant in the year 1885. This hired woman was called as a lady in attendance so that a female patient could respectably come to his office unattended. So this lady in attendance was used to meet the demands of the military service during the World War II. Duties of dental assistants. First and foremost duty for the dental assistant is reception of the patient, followed by the preparation of the patient, sterilization, care and the preparation of the instruments, preparation and the mixing of the materials, care of the patient after the treatment, preparation of surgery for the next patient. So after completing the first patient, they can go for the preparation of the surgery for the next patient, then presentation of documents and fillings to the dentist or the professionals, instruction to patient whenever necessary in the correct use of toothbrush, oral hygiene instructions, assistant with X-ray work and processing and mounting of X-rays, followed by aftercare of patients who had GA. So these are the duties of the dental assistants. Next comes the dental secretary or the receptionist. So this, as the name indicates, they do the work of the secretarial work and the patient reception duties. So this person will assist the dentist with this secretarial or clerical works and patient reception duties. Next one is the dental laboratory technician. They have been also called as dental mechanics. This person is a non-operating auxiliary who fulfill the prescription provided by the dentist regarding the extraoral. They are more concentrated only on the extraoral construction and the repair of oral appliance and bridge work. So this laboratory technician is a 2-year certificate course in India, which is recognized by DCI. The duties of laboratory technicians are casting of models from the impression made by the dentist, fabrication of the dentures, splints, orthodontic appliances, inlays, crowns, and special trays. In some countries like USA and Australia, these dental laboratory technicians have been also called as a denturist, who are permitted to fabricate dentures directly for the patients without a dentist prescription. Next comes the dental health educator. So this person is more oriented to health education of the patient. A person who instructs in the prevention of the dental disease and who may also be permitted to apply preventive agents intraorally. So these 4 are the non-operating dental auxiliaries. Now moving to the operating dental auxiliaries. The first and foremost, the most important one is the school dental nurse or the New Zealand type. As the name came from why it came as a New Zealand type is this was first practiced in the country New Zealand. This person is permitted to diagnose dental disease, plan, carry out certain specified preventive and the treatment measures, including some operative procedures in the treatment of dental caries and periodontal disease in defined groups of people, mainly and usually school children. So this school dental nurse scheme was established in the year 1921 in New Zealand, state of Wellington, by a person called T.A. Hunter, and were trained in the dominant school for dental nurses. So they have the period of 2-year training period, and after this completion of 2 years, each dental nurse will be assigned to a school where she will be employed by only the government to provide regular dental care of the school children, between 450 school children in non-fluoridated areas and 700 school children in the fluoridated areas. So these people will be only employed by the government and they won't work in any private office or for private dentistry. The main duties of school dental nurse: oral examination and prophylaxis, followed by topical fluoride application, as these people are more concentrated in school children, advice on dietary fluoride supplements, administration of LA, and only the extraction of primary teeth, followed by cavity preparation and placement of amalgam filling. Then pulp capping, patient instructions in toothbrushing and oral hygiene maintenance, classroom and parent-teacher dental health education. So these people will be also concentrated in educating the public, mainly the school children and the teachers and parents. Referral of patient to private practitioners for more complex services. So after New Zealand, there are other 29 countries who also practiced this school dental nurses. They are under general supervision of district principal officer. So these people will be employed only by the government and they will be supervised by the district principal dental officer. And each school which takes more than 100 children has its own dental clinic. So for a school, one school dental nurse will be employed and these dental nurse will carry out their procedure from 400 to 700 school children. Next one is the dental therapist, a person who is permitted to carry out the procedure under the supervision of the dentist. Certain preventive and treatment measures, including the preparation of cavities and the restoration of teeth, will be carried out to only the certain procedures, mainly the preventive and the treatment measures, including the preparation of cavities and the restoration of teeth. But these people won't be permitted to diagnose and plan dental care. Whereas in previously, the school dental nurse, they will be permitted to diagnose. They'll be going for diagnosis and the oral prophylaxis. Duties are clinical care is only caries diagnosis, followed by cavity preparation in deciduous and the permanent teeth, vital pulpotomies, extraction of deciduous teeth. For these people, the training period is for 2 years, and mainly these people are employed mainly in the countries like Australia, UK, Hong Kong, Singapore, Vietnam, and Tanzania. Next one is the most important one, the dental hygienist. So the dental hygienists are the operating auxiliary who are licensed, registered to practice dental hygiene under the law of the appropriate state, province, territory, or nation. The dental hygienist work under the supervision of the dentist. The father of dentist is called Dr. Alfred Franz, Mrs. Irene Newman, the first dental hygienist. The functions are, the duties of dental hygienist are cleaning of mouths and teeth with particular attention, who are having more of calculus and stains, topical application of fluorides. Mainly, these dental hygienists will be mainly concentrated for oral prophylaxis, topical application of fluorides, and sealants and other prophylactic solutions, screening and referral and instructions. After completing the oral prophylaxis, their main duties is to instruct the patient in oral hygiene. These people are mainly employed in countries like USA, UK, Canada, India, Nigeria, China, Japan, Korea, and Poland. The next one, the last operating dental auxiliary is expanded function dental auxiliary. In short, it is called as EFDA. This is a dental assistant or a dental hygienist in some cases, but they will receive further training in duties related to direct treatment of patients through still working under the direct supervision of a dentist. They've been also called as technotherapist, expanded function dental hygienist, expanded function dental assistant. These are the other names. Sometimes they may they may be called as a technotherapist. The duties are the extra duties, sir. They are getting extra training. The extra training and the duties they will perform is placing and removal of the rubber dams, placing and removal of temporary restoration, placing and removal of matrix bands, condensing and carving of amalgam restoration, finishing and polishing of the restoration, finally taking of radiographs. There is apart from this classification which was given by WHO, there is another type of auxiliaries called foreign-tier auxiliaries. These auxiliaries are mainly used in developed countries where dentists are more concentrated in only in urban areas and the areas where away from city centers where they lack regular comprehensive treatment. So nurses and the former dental assistants can be utilized in such areas in providing valuable services with minimum of training. The minimum trainings they perform is simple oral prophylaxis, basic dental health education, dental first aid. They can be rendered for those with pain, and subsequently they can be referred to the nearest dentist. So they are called as a foreign-tier auxiliaries. The other type of auxiliaries are new auxiliary types. Under this type, dental licentiate and dental aid. The two types are dental licentiate and dental aid. The dental licentiate have the training period of 2 years and they are semi-independent. They are allowed to carry out dental prophylaxis, cavity preparations, filling of primary and the permanent teeth, extraction under LA, draining of dental abscess, and yearly recognition of more serious conditions. But these people will be responsible. They'll be under the supervision of the chief of regional and the local health services or the local health service officers. The other type is the dental aid. These people, they will perform extraction under LA, control of hemorrhage, yearly recognition of dental disease, and these people will receive a 4 to 6 months formal training of whom they will be operating under supervision. They will be useful in the countries where they have an acute dentist shortage and no facilities for training dentists. That is, no dental colleges or schools available. Coming to the end, after seeing the classification, we are moving to the degree of supervision of auxiliaries, which was given by ADA in the year 1975. There are 4 degrees of supervision: general supervision, indirect supervision, direct supervision, and personal supervision. In all this supervision, dentists will authorize the procedures to the dental auxiliaries in the dental office, while in general supervision, but the dentist will authorize the procedure to the dental auxiliaries and are being carried out. These procedure will be carried out in accordance to the diagnosis and the treatment plan of the dentist. Whereas in the indirect supervision, as the name indicates, dentist will authorize the procedure, but he will remains in the office while the procedures are being performed. He'll be available in the dental office. In direct supervision, dentist does the diagnosis of the condition. Personally, he will authorize the procedure and evaluate the performance before the dismissal of the patient. So after completion, their performance will be, the treatment performance will be, the dental auxiliaries performance will be evaluated. Whereas under personal supervision, dentist is personally will be operating on a patient and he will authorize the auxiliary to aid the treatment by concurrently performing the supportive procedure. So the dentist also perform along with the dentist. The dental auxiliary also will perform for the supportive procedures. To conclude, why this dental auxiliary is needed and who all will be benefited. As there is a rapid population growth and increased dental demand for dental care, more and more dentists are required. Since dental diseases are becoming a major public health problem, more and more dentists are required. But this is an expensive process. Means training an auxiliary is more economical one, less time consuming, and fewer burdens to society. This one not only benefits the dentist, but also patients who are not able to seek the dental care, the auxiliaries, and to whole community financially, psychologically, and ethically. Thank you.